Today is December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Happiest day of the world, right? I was going to make a recap video of the year. I still might, I don't know, but most likely not anymore. Because today I just became jobless. And it's not the fault of the company I work for. They didn't fire me. They just had to let me go because the economy is really bad. It's slow season, and it became slower than expected, I guess. I'm not the only one, really. So it kind of sucks, and he hates it because he likes me, I like them, we get along well, and they just moved me back to the freelancing side of things. So that's how it is now. I'm making this video because I've been trying to build something for a very long time now. Build a name, build a brand, build a business, something. And this year has really kind of this past 2 years, I guess, has really showed me where I belong, maybe. That's like the worst way of putting it. But I've been noticing patterns in my lifestyle. I've been noticing things that I don't want to notice. I really try to keep this channel positive because there's enough negativity in this world to, power the sun. And it overshadows the positivity stuff that we do, which is way more. But then once in a while, I get into this state where I feel like I need to talk about it, right? I film it and I do want to release it, but I actually don't want to release it too, because I feel like those words aren't true at the time, or I don't know what I'm talking about. And that hasn't been like in the past 2 years. It's been like since 2018, 2017, But I'm not going to talk about those times. I'm just going to talk about what I feel that's happening in my life that I don't want to happen anymore. And I hate it. Let's go a little back in time with my history. I'm a first generation in America here. So my parents are immigrants. And I think us first generations, we are kind of like the one to make it in America in some way. Like, I'm Asian, so we all see the stereotype of be a doctor, be a police officer, whatever, and that's very, very true. Just because that's like in the eyes of Asians or immigrants, even almost probably, like that's what success looks like to the outside world. And then you get people like me who gain some creativity, right? During my teenage days, or maybe my younger days, like kid days too, And then I'm like, I want to be an artist when I was a kid. and then the arts is this thing that like we all know, we've all experienced it, everyone talks about it. It's this strange balance between doing what we like to do and getting paid for it. And I feel like in the film industry, film, sound, music, media type world that doesn't really involve journalism. Journalism is a little different, but it can still tie in, obviously. I feel like we are kind of like on the lower ends of what society think we're worth. And it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I've I've struggled with that for a while. I didn't like when I was learning all this stuff, right? When you're learning things, you're excited and you want to learn everything, try everything, do everything. And I was like that. Something along the lines, I've lost the spirit to do most of what I do. I don't know what came about it. Maybe it's just being an adult and trying to survive because that really, really destroys the motivation to be creative. And I think that's what happened. When I was in Wisconsin to get my associate's degree, I was going for recording arts, and that I hustled like more than like anyone can even describe it. My apartment that I lived in, I was only there like to sleep, essentially. If I was there ever like longer than like 6, 8 hours, that means I really had the day off. I don't need to do anything. And that was usually during like holidays, right? Certain holidays. And I worked at Sam's Club at the time. And since Sam's Club closes at holidays, I would sometimes get that ability to do nothing. But if I wasn't at home, I was either working or I was at school in class or doing work at school. And I think that really destroyed my ability to want to work hard in that sense. Not like work hard in general, because, I still work hard. If you work with me on set, you know what I'm talking about. I still work hard on set. When I do something, I like to keep working. I'm not a workaholic though. Because when I'm home here, I have a tendency now to try not to do the stuff I do for a living. When I first got this house, if you follow my vlog back then, I mentioned the fact that I like this house because the garage is right where the basement is, and then I can separate my work from my living quarters. And that has helped a little bit, right? Now that I worked at home, it changed, obviously I work here, but then it wasn't like getting the cameras ready and working on the editing computer, type work. So I've noticed I've been sitting here more and just watching TV or playing on my phone. For a while last year, I got addicted to scrolling on social media a lot, and I didn't get anything done. Oddly enough, I joined my buddy's Twitch stream. I just watched him, and that actually kind of helped me do stuff again. So, because like my phone would be occupied, and then I would just go on and like make videos for this channel or my main channel, and yeah, or do actual work, you know. So the need to like hustle again is like not there anymore, which is terrible, you know. But I I've spent a lot of time trying to build this brand, right? But then the problem was, and this is false for a lot of people, I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know I had to make a business, you know. The first time I got paid for that was like tax that deals with tax for the work I do was for a wedding company I joined a while back. And then the CFO kind of taught me, you know, keep all your receipts, track your miles, all that stuff. I was like, okay, you know. And then just through that, I just started learning more and more. And then, but then it's not enough still. The university I went to, they didn't teach us this at all. It is not taught a single bit. I am gonna blame it. I am hardcore 100% blaming that school. I'm not saying it's a bad school, but I'm just saying what they're trying to teach us does not teach us how to prepare for the world that we need to be in. And that is actually why I tried to teach there, but then ultimately I left because they weren't gonna listen to me. Like, who is this guy? He's just here, like, he teaches one class. What does he know, right? It's that mentality that it's gonna end up, you know, what's gonna happen if I try to say something. And I did try to say something, and that is what happened. So, because we're just taught this is how you use a camera, barely. This is how you do lighting, barely. This is how you use sound. And this is what movies are made out of, you know? And this is how you do movies, and this is the storyboarding, and this is all the bullshit that, you know, anyone can learn on YouTube. You know, the film theory stuff, like, you know, the reason why they moved this camera like this was because, you know, this art style, I have this, whatever. And there was too much of that. And then if it wasn't that, it was, this is the journalism side, because it's a journalism style degree. And then they're like, this is the media world. This is, you know, you have to know about ethics. You have to know why you do the things. But they don't tell you how to get a job. They don't tell you that life's going to be fucking difficult. They don't tell you any of that. I'm sorry for swearing, but I have to. So that left me in an area that I didn't know how to navigate. And if I didn't like find the people I knew to kind of like, I asked them questions to like teach me about this stuff, then I would have never known about, you know, what I need to do. Granted, I did not take a lot of time to try to like actually like push the business, but that's because I have so much things happening in my life that that I can't exactly like just focus on one thing, you know. Like I said again, I have to find a way to survive. And before COVID happened, I was at Walmart pushing carts. And if you walk 20 miles a day, which is that's how much I walked, you will be tired. You don't really have the time to like sit down and do something. You kind of want to rest, right? Sometimes you rest longer than you want to rest. And then this next day again, you got to work. And then there's that work schedule too. You're stuck with the schedules, and it's like this freelancing world, you know, we can get gigs next day. So the last minute thing can never happen. And then no one know who you are, or available, so no one will ever hire you again. And that happens all the time. By God, that happens all the time. So I feel like I've rambled a little bit and I've gone off topic if I haven't had a topic, but I'll try to get back to track what I was talking about from the beginning. But yeah, all the plans I've been trying to make has gone downhill. Quite literally, everything has gone downhill. I had this huge plan for this channel. I was gonna change it a little bit because I feel like I film everything here in my house, and I'm sure you guys get sick and tired of that. You know, me talking about gear all the time. So I was gonna try to change it up a little bit and go back to the sound roots. Maybe music, maybe not, depends. And like make my vlogs again. I go out and I record places. Yesterday I was about to spend like $700 on some recording gear so I can go out and field record, right? And for a while now, I was like, I can wake up like kind of early, go to a park pretty close, make a little vlog there, come back, and I could still work. In the wintertime, it's a little tough because there's no sun, right? But then I get this news, right? So I can't really do that anymore. I can technically now, but that's not a priority. So, and then my other plan was I was gonna move out of this house. So I don't think I mentioned it in the last vlog, but I'm gonna sell this house. There's too much room for me. Even if I work full time, I can't pay for the house. So I was gonna put my stuff in storage and like share it with like 2 other people so they can use my gear, because my gear just sits there and I don't want it to just sit there, right? I'd rather it be in use for some reason, for some use, and probably set up a budget rental kind of geared towards students, because students don't really have money to rent a lot of good gear. I'm not saying my stuff isn't good, but like it's quick, it's easy. I'm using my 300 watt here. There's no ballast. You just plug it in, you go. You know, they don't need to know like, oh, if I mess this up, if I mess this cable up, you know, it's screwed forever. No, it's just a cable you can buy at Walmart. It's just extra long in this case. So like I kind of wanted to gear towards that, and I would still like to do that, but then throughout the whole day that's been going, I've been thinking of my future, and I'm starting from scratch again, essentially. I've been starting from scratch. I've noticed like every 4 to 5 years, and I don't know why it keeps happening. I would like it not to happen anymore, but I don't know. So we'll see if I even continue this journey of the media world. I've started looking at jobs elsewhere from this area, because Southwest Missouri is not particularly good at this stuff. Yes, there's the film tax that just passed. It's been 2 years now, I think. But that's not gonna make people film in Southwest Missouri. A lot of St. Louis and Kansas City has been in production, I think, because of that. So, you know, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. There are people here who are really trying to push and like make this area a place to film. But then the drama happened between those people, and because of that, it's not gonna happen anymore. There are now sides. There are now people who are dividing themselves from other people. It's freaking all politics again. It's like the Democrats and the Republican. That is literally what has happened now, and I hate it. I've always wanted us to come as a community and to build something strong. But no, it never happens. This type of thing like tries to happen all the time. All the time. They try to make a group of, the local, maybe not even filmmakers. These people are like film enthusiasts or they're actors. They don't know anything about actually making a movie or anything, really. So it's just, and then like it disbands, you know? And I think we only have this tax bill for 10 years. So, and 2 years have gone by already. And if you think that's not much, that's a lot. So, that's a lot. And I just made this short film, and I can tell you what it is. I'm having a hard time like finishing it right now. It's a really simple short film, and it's funny. It's super stupid. You guys will love it. You filmmakers will love it. I guarantee you. And I was gonna film like a pickup shot, but then I was like, nah, forget it. Maybe tomorrow when it's light. So I'm trying to finish that for the new year. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. The short film I did, um, I asked a lot of people if they want to just be here, hang out, and they're like, yeah, sure. 'Cause it's like the end of the year type thing. And they came, we hanged out, and it kind of became a networking thing. I also invited like the public to come. Obviously, I didn't just give them my address. They had to ask me first. But I invited them, and if they want to come, they could come hang out. And because I told them, I was like, we're pretty crewed up already, but if you want to come hang out, you know, just enjoy the end of the year production where there's nothing at stake, then yeah, come hang out. And a few people came, and I've kind of realized this was a really good networking opportunity. For a while now, I've been saying for people to learn how to work on film sets and do stuff on film sets, they need to be on a film set. And it's kind of difficult to like go on a film set that has that, we need to finish this now, and then the gaffers, the grips, whatever, they're working their butt off just to light everything on time, They don't have time to actually teach like the people who are, kind of newer, their PAs essentially to do stuff. And then they don't learn anything. They might learn stuff. They'll still learn stuff, like totally. But if they want to ask like, why do you use this light? Why are you using this modifier? They don't have time to stand there and tell them like, we're doing this. This is how you do it. The proper way of doing this. And after we shot this short film, I was thinking we can create this like event once a year at least, where we just film something really simple, only one day. It has to be done in one day. And we invite people to come who wants to learn how to film, how to do stuff on set, and then we can teach them. Where like, the scene will be really simple. Maybe it's just one scene with like a few coverage, and then it's complex enough where we need to change the lights so they can see us do it. They can see how long it takes. They can see the thought of the DP, what the gaffer says, even the sound person. So, because that's the best way to learn. And if I can pull that off in this community here, it will be like 10 times better than what these organizations are trying to create. They have good intentions, but then I feel like the way they're approaching it is not exactly helping anyone or telling the world that we are something, we are worth filming here, And if it takes time for them to do that, then it's too late. Say if it takes 5 years for people to realize that this is a film community here that's pretty good. Maybe we should do something. And then they pitch a project to a producer or company, whatever, and then they spend a whole year to try to produce it, and then they come here, and then it's like that's 6 years wasted. They only have like maybe like 3 years left of the tax incentive, you know. So, you know, but I'm not. That's not my goal though. I'm not trying to go for that tax incentive. I I like to educate. I like to teach people. So that's my goal because people don't know what they don't know, right? Because I didn't know anything. I had to navigate this field all by myself. And I didn't like it. Um, so when I had someone to talk to that kind of knows the stuff, like, you know, right now it's mostly just gear. Like, what if I buy this light, dude? He's like, maybe, you know, it's nice. So, yeah, that is that is the nature of what's happening here. So that's why my mind is like, that's why I have no idea what I want to do because I'm pretty open for anything right now. I can push my business, but then I need an income again. So I'm back in that dilemma of the loop that I was talking about earlier. I need to get paid and I need to be able to do my business also. And then the job I had, I was going to be able to do that. Me and my buddy were going to try to start something. December's a weird time because December there's nothing happening, right? But then there's a lot of holidays, like from November to December, and then we get busy on our own in a way. So we're gonna wait till New Year, but then, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens to this channel if it continues at all. Um, I was planning to edit a bunch of BTS stuff from like a shoot last year, a shoot earlier in this year, and then the shoot this year, the feature film I was on that I helped my friend make. I have a bunch of BTS there. And that can be good. That's good content. I want to do that more than me talking about gear because eventually right now I'm not going to buy any more gear unless I need something, but it's not going to be like a new light because the 600 watt I bought is pretty satisfactory for my purchasing needs. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, it kind of sucks because I had this plan in my head. I'll move out to this nice apartment, and that apartment would literally be my living quarters. I would still have my computer, not my giant setup downstairs for my editing setup, but a standing desk computer that I can work on, stream on, and you know that's the workspace, you know. But now with no income, I probably can't do it. I was gonna move into these nice apartments that are being built brand new, and be one of the first tenants there, you know. Because I want a nice place. I haven't really had a nice place my entire life, really. That's why I try to keep this house kind of nice, but I kind of live, you know, not junky, but I get tired. You know, sometimes the dishes aren't washed. Downstairs is a mess just because I move stuff around all the time. So I need to find an organization system for that. Yeah. I was gonna say something. I totally forgot. There's something about time or movement. Moving, yeah. Uh, my entire life, I've moved so much times in my entire life that I've just started to implement this temporary mindset, right? I'm losing my voice a little bit. This temporary mindset where I don't fully move into the place I am at. When I was in Wisconsin, that was like 100%. I didn't really buy anything except for maybe a TV stand and a desk. And that was it. That was literally it. I brought the desk from down here up there, that has been destroyed now. And then I didn't have a couch. I didn't even have a bed. I slept on the ground for 2.5 years. That's how temporary I knew the house was gonna be, or the apartment. And I got the apartment so like my dad can be there too, because he was doing a business up there in Illinois. But then he ended up moving back like maybe half a year when I moved up there, so or a year, I don't know. So it was just me at the apartment. And then I moved back, and then I still kind of had a temporary lifestyle. I mean, temporary in the sense like uh, I don't unpack all my stuff, maybe, or I don't put up any of my posters, or I don't put up any of my, anything. I got close to that in the last apartment I had. I actually like started making it more permanent until I started hating living there. That's why I moved here, obviously. And then here, I kind of started to do more permanent stuff, but then like I had enough space where I didn't have to do all that stuff, right? Like I had to hang up my posters, you know. So, but now that we're moving again, I need to pack everything up again and move everything. So, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen to this channel. Um, the internet's weird. I find I was not mad today. I was not really sad. I think I was just I'm in a state of I don't know what to do. And then, this video obviously came about me talking here. And I was scrolling TikTok and it like seems to know what my mood is. I swear. TikTok is weird. I don't, type anything on the search engine or my phone. I just scroll like Facebook and just send out trolls, like memes and stuff. But TikTok seems to know my mood all the time. And it found like some songs that that was totally in my mood. It's weird. Weird. But I think you guys have listened to me long enough. Hopefully this isn't the last video I make on this channel. The reason why I say that is because I'm probably going to take a break a little bit after the holidays and maybe find what I need to do. Which is kind of important because my family, my parents, my brother, they run a egg farm, and if you've worked in any like farming business, you have to work every day. There's no days off, like ever. Some there's more lenience on like how much you work. Like if you raise chickens, then you just kind of work like maybe you go into the farmhouse, the chicken house, like twice a day, maybe only. The rest of the day you can kind of do whatever you want. Egg is not that way at all. Eggs, since chickens lay eggs every single day, they lay twice a day. You have to go in and pick eggs. And when they are at their peak, which is 10,000 eggs a house, we have 4 houses. So chickens will pick 10,000, they'll lay 10,000 eggs in that one house. You cannot skip that day. In fact, if you decide to pick a little bit later that day, the eggs are going to stack on top of each other and you're going to get ruined eggs. You're going to lose money. So you have to pick it certain time. And that's what they've been doing for the past few years. And I hate it. I've told them from the very beginning, I do not want to do eggs. Make sure you guys do not get eggs. But my dad got it anyways randomly one day. It is way more profitable than raising chickens, but that's because you sacrifice your freedom in a way, you know. So if I'm not doing anything here, I'm down there helping them doing that, you know. And then my parents, they're, you know, immigrants and they're older. They don't know technology, so they can't order anything online. Just working like email is just very difficult for them. So I need to do their stuff too. I don't know what it is. My brother, he doesn't seem to try to help. I have no idea. I'm the good kid. So that's how our lives have been, and we've had no time to really live a life, really. I like have the most luxury in that sense, because my work days are kind of my days off, you know, in a sense. So I'm gonna see if I can take some time, maybe travel. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't travel far. It'll be like driving distance, you know, because I have no money, so I can't really go out of the country, right? But it's also the winter time. If I travel north, there's snow up there. So, but I might just like travel around here and I don't know, do something, kind of relax my brain. There was a while that I was thinking about van life with the job I had. It was all remote, so I could do van life as long as I have good internet. That's out the window. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Everyone, thank you for listening to me. I guess the fact that I have 900 subscribers is pretty insane. I feel for this type of channel that I have terrible content. I feel like I've been making stuff just to make stuff for you guys, which I was trying not to do, but you know, it's enough. It's enough quality content that I think it's kind of like it might be good info, you know. 'Cause that's how I see videos. And this video here, I'm sorry, this is a long video. This is like a me complaining video, but I feel like I need to say it. I've made too many videos like this and not posted up, so this one has to stay because something has happened in my life that's affected me, and I really feel like I need to mention it. And there might be people out there that kind of feel the same way. The workforce is changed. It's something else. You know, we can't survive anymore, really. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the new year.